Inside Vladimir Putin's trillionaire lifestyle. Is it possible that there's a person in this world who doesn't know who Vladimir Putin is? If there is such a person, then they must have been living in a dark cave for much of a decade. There's always something about him on the internet or in the news or on social media. Being the president of one of the biggest countries in the world, both politically and in landmass, has cemented Putin as one of the most powerful men to ever walk the earth. But there's more to power than just politics, and Putin seems to be doing well for himself on the other side. Do you know that Vladimir Putin is so rich that so many speculate he may be the richest man on the planet? Now, whether those speculations are fancy tales or truth, we at least know that he's super rich. In today's video, you'll be taking a look inside Vladimir Putin's trillionaire lifestyle. I wouldn't blame you if afterwards you decided to become a full-blown storyteller, spinning fancy tales about Putin's wealth yourself. If there's one thing we know about houses, it's that they're very expensive. Celebrities and public figures have showed us that much. Is there a celebrity who doesn't live in a house worth millions of dollars? Some even go as far as living in houses that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. For such insane prices, such kind of houses make you wonder what they're made of and what's inside. But that's just the tip of the iceberg compared to where Putin stays. The often controversial and feared president of Russia lives in a $1 billion mansion. Yeah, you heard that right. $1 billion for a single house on acres of land. That's super huge, even for high standards. Surely this should be the end of the road for him. You can't have any more money to spend, right? Well, you couldn't be more wrong. Vladimir Putin owns a $500 million yacht. Phew! $1 billion on a house and $500 million on a boat? That's something only someone with stupendous wealth can do. Of course, as president of a country, Putin may not rock jewelries like movie stars, musicians, or athletes. In fact, you may not see him in anything other than a solid suit. But it doesn't mean he doesn't splurge money on fashion items. After all, he's been rocking wristwatches that go for an estimated $700,000. It's even on record that he owned a particular Patek Philippe wristwatch that was put up for auction. The wristwatch cost an alarming $1 million. That's one too many zeros to spend on a watch, if you ask me. But don't ask me. Ask Putin. Celebrities and rich people can't let us get enough of their expensive private jets and a boatload of other expensive purchases. But I'm really starting to think they should take lessons of discretion from Putin, who's linked to about 58 planes and doesn't make a fuss about it. That's the swagger of a trillionaire. He also has a private jet with a gold toilet worth $60,000. Visiting the toilet has never been so appealing. Give me that kind of toilet and I'll sit on it all day. But that's not all. 5 of his 58 planes are retrofitted with $11 million cabins, with enough room for about 180 passengers. You don't have to be a skilled mathematician to decipher the jaw-dropping result of multiplying $11 million by 5. When there's a lot of money, obviously, a $500 million yacht isn't enough, and Putin demonstrates this aptly. He's got 4 of them, and the cost of one of them is estimated at a total of $1.7 billion on just 2 yachts. The third yacht in the fleet was given to him by a popular, wealthy Russian oligarch, Roman Abramovich. And that one cost a whopping $35 million. You can only dream of what the prices of the remaining yacht must be, because your jaw must have hit the ground now and has no other place to go. Putin may be a president, a former spy, and dressing clothes without flourish, but he sure knows his way around luxury, and he spares no dime in making that a statement. In addition to the $1 billion home at the Dead Sea, Putin also has 5 other homes that are lavishly furnished. One of these houses is the Novo Ogaryovo, built in the 19th century. The Novo Ogaryovo is one of the oldest houses in Russia. It was reserved as a government residence, but has gone unused until Putin. Reluctant to stay in the Kremlin, a pattern set by his predecessors, Putin opted for the Ogaryovo and spared no expense renovating it. Now it has an indoor heated pool, a pool table, a sauna, 2 cold plunge pools, multiple boardrooms and dining rooms. Oh boy, Putin sure does know how to chill, doesn't he? Part of Putin's political and financial power applies to the range of options open to him for various things. And most times, for a man of his caliber, that's mostly limitless. He owns a massive lot, but he also likes to do other stuff like engage in outdoor activities, extreme sports, and even interact with wild animals. We all remember that time in 2007 when he brandished his ripped physique atop a bear, right? He was like an action figure straight out of a Viking movie. It kind of gives me the idea that if he hadn't hit wealth as a political figure, he would have done it as an actor. Do you know that in the official Kremlin records, Putin gets $133,000 a year and lives in a small apartment? But no one can splurge millions the way Putin does on a budget of $133,000 a year. I'm not categorically stating that's a lie, but Putin's lifestyle can say way more than anyone ever can. The best conclusion we have to arrive at is that the $133,000 a year story is a ruse to keep us guessing at Putin's real net worth. At one time, a former Russian government advisor estimated Putin's net worth to be around $70 billion. In response, Bill Browder, a hedge fund manager and prominent Putin critic, stated Putin's actual net worth was more like $200 billion. And that's more believable, because who owns a litany of houses, yachts and planes that cost billions of dollars on a $70 billion net worth? It's also been revealed that Putin indirectly owns stakes in high-level companies worth billions of dollars, which just brings in more money. Putin may always be seen in suits, but just because they aren't shiny doesn't mean they don't cost a fortune. He likes to wear Valentino suits as well as Brioni, and some of them go for $5,500 and above. Given how he spends millions without a fuss, his wardrobe must be brimming with these expensive suits. Putin may be trying to keep his wealth from the public eye, but that really isn't going to work for him, is it? Tell me, is it really possible to hide wealth as stupendous as Putin's? Is he really the richest man out there? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Drop a like for this video if you haven't. Hit the subscribe and notifications button, and keep your fingers crossed for more content.